What's going on YouTube? What's going on Twitch? How you guys doing today? Today we're gonna be reacting to disgusting things your body does while you sleep to keep you alive.
Let's get straight to the point.
Let's check it out.
Number 8. The Cerebral Power Wash. You probably assume that when
After
you
this
drift
one,
off to
after
sleep,
this one, we
your
better
body
hop
just
out for it.
shuts down like a laptop closing its
I'll
lid.
save these next
Cute
videos
thought,
for
but
the next
completely
reaction.
wrong. The second you lose consciousness, your brain initiates a full-scale
Hey, but
industrial
while we at
cleaning
it,
operation that is
you can sub up,
honestly
man.
kind of disturbing. It's called the
Don't
glymphatic
gift,
system.
but you
Yeah,
sub.
fancy word.
You could be
And
number
here's what
one.
happens. Your brain
Let
cells
me make sure my
literally
game doesn't have
shrink
to
in
update.
size by about 60%. Seriously, they shrivel up. Why? To create space so that your skull can be flooded with
Mhm.
cerebrospinal fluid. This clear, salty goo rushes through your brain tissue like a high-pressure hose, washing away toxic waste proteins called beta amyloids that build up while you're awake. Think of it as taking out the trash, but the trash is
Right.
inside your head, and the garbage truck is a wave of spinal fluid. If you don't sleep, this brain sewage stays put, clogging up your neurons. So when you wake up feeling groggy, it's basically because your brain didn't finish its laundry cycle. You are walking around with a head full of dirty biological waste, which explains why you can't remember where you put your keys. Gross, right?
Number
It's in your
7.
pocket,
The
buddy.
chemical straitjacket.
Okay.
Let's talk about the fact that every night your body puts you in a chemical straitjacket. It's called REM atonia, and it is the only reason you
REM
haven't
Antonio.
accidentally walked out a window while dreaming about flying. When you hit deep sleep, your brainstem sends a signal to your spinal cord that effectively severs the connection to your voluntary muscles. You are paralyzed, stone cold stuck. Why? Because if you weren't, you would physically act out every bizarre scenario your subconscious cooks up. If you dream you're a ninja, you would be karate chopping your bedside lamp. But here is the fun part. Sometimes the system glitches. The off switch gets stuck. You wake up mentally, but your body is still under the influence of the paralytic chemicals. This is sleep paralysis. Your eyes are open, you are fully conscious, but you cannot twitch a single muscle. Your panic brain, trying to make sense of
Isn't
why
that
you are
sleep
frozen,
paralysis?
often hallucinates a shadow figure sitting on your
Yeah,
chest.
sleep paralysis.
So thanks, evolution. You either stay paralyzed and safe, or you wake up to a personal horror movie.
Number 6. The reptilian molt.
What in the world is this?
Let's address
My
the
body
fact that
doesn't
every
do
night
that.
you effectively transform into a molting reptile. While your conscious mind is off in la land, your epidermis enters a hyperactive regeneration phase to repair the damage from the day. Cell mitosis peaks around midnight, meaning your body is frantically pushing off old dead cells to make room for fresh ones.
Right.
You shed roughly 30,000 to 40,000 skin cells every single minute. Do the math. Over an 8-hour snooze, you
I mean,
dump
cells
nearly
are
2
tiny, though,
million
so I
flakes
mean,
of dead
course.
flesh directly into your sheets. You are literally marinating in a microscopic pile of your own decay. But wait, it gets worse. You aren't just shedding, you are feeding the troops. Your mattress is home to millions of dust mites, tiny 8-legged relatives of spiders
I don't
that
got
think your
none of
dead
those in
skin
my
is a
bed.
5-star meal.
None.
These invisible scavengers graze on the biological snowdrift you leave behind on your pillow. If your mattress feels heavier than when you bought it, that isn't humidity. That is a decade's worth of accumulated dead skin and mite excrement packed inside the fabric. You think you
You
sleep
might need a new
alone, but
mattress
you are
soon if
actually
that's
the
the
host
case.
of a nightly
Might need to
all-you-can-eat
get me a new
buffet,
mattress.
and your face is the main course. Number 5. The unconscious gas chamber. Let's discuss a reality your significant other knows all too well, but you blissfully ignore. You are a
Right.
nocturnal gas factory.
I
During
think
the
that's
day, you
everyone,
possess
maybe,
a
right?
wonderful thing called voluntary muscle control. You feel a bubble of trouble, you clench, and you wait. But when you hit deep sleep, that guard comes down. Specifically, the internal anal sphincter, the gatekeeper of your dignity, relaxes. It doesn't let go completely, but it loosens enough to let pressurized gas escape without resistance. Most people pass gas far more frequently while asleep because gravity isn't fighting the bubbles. But here is the wild part. You never wake yourself up with the smell. Why? because your
it's
sense
smell.
of smell effectively deactivates during REM sleep.
That's a lie.
Your brain decides
a lie.
processing odors
Mm-mm.
isn't a priority.
That's a lie
This
right
means you can lie there creating a methane cloud under the duvet, totally oblivious.
If-
You are
if you
safe
are
from
in
the
deep
stench,
sleep and
but
someone
anyone sharing the bed
put
is
something that
trapped in
smells
a Dutch
disgusting
oven
right in
of
front
your
your
making.
nose, you're waking
It is a
up.
biological necessity to prevent bloating, sure. But let's be honest, it is also a nightly betrayal of trust.
Yeah, I mean,
Number
sure,
4,
yeah, you
the
involuntary
personal
do it, but you
sauna.
do smell. What's this?
You might think you sleep dry, especially if you blast the AC, but your body has other plans. Every night you are secretly leaking. It is called nocturnal perspiration, and it is your body's desperate attempt to not overheat and cook your internal organs.
Mm-hmm.
While you dream, your core body temperature naturally drops to its lowest point to conserve energy. To make that happen, your body has to dump heat, and it does that by pumping out sweat. On an average night, you excrete about a cup of liquid. That might not sound like much,
Ooh, it
but
does
over a
sound like
year,
I guess
you are
so,
sweating
yeah.
out nearly 25 gallons of salty water directly into your bedding. That is essentially a bathtub full of sweat every single year,
Hold on.
absorbed
I'm still
right into
listening
the
to it.
fabric of your mattress. Remember those dust mites we talked about? They don't just eat your skin, they drink your sweat. It creates a humid fungal paradise deep inside your bed. So, when you wake up and your pillow
yeah.
feels cool, just remember,
got the guess
it is
here
not
now.
fresh air making it cold. It's dampness. You are fermenting in your own juices to ensure your liver doesn't overheat. It's a vital survival mechanism, sure, but it means your bed is basically a giant used sponge. Number 3, the BioLube spill.
Hmm?
Let's
What's
talk
this?
about the slime puddle. You know the one. You wake up, lift your head, and
Oh,
there is a
saliva?
cold, wet patch on the pillowcase that connects to the corner of your mouth by a single
few times.
shimmering string of saliva. Gross. But congratulations, your body's working correctly. This is
Jack,
actually
few
a
babies
safety
just come
feature.
running in my
When
room,
you are
don't
awake,
mind it.
you swallow constantly
norm.
to manage saliva production. But in deep sleep, your swallowing reflex relaxes, just like the rest of your muscles. If you sleep on your side, gravity takes over and the spit pools out instead of going down.
Oh, no,
Why do
not
we
with
make
me.
so much slime? It protects
Happens
you.
like every
That saliva
now and
is
then.
loaded with antibodies and enzymes that fight off bacteria trying to colonize your gums while you aren't brushing. It also keeps your throat tissues moist so they don't dry out and crack, which would make you susceptible to infection. Basically, your mouth is a petri
About to
dish,
hop on
and the
Fortnite right
drool
after
is the
this reaction.
sanitizer.
I
If you
didn't-
stop
what time
producing
is
it, your
I didn't
teeth
even
would
know
rot
they're supposed to
faster,
tell me this
and your
early
breath
on.
would smell like a crypt.
It's
So
alright.
that embarrassing wet spot isn't just gross, it is evidence
I'll
that
do
your
this, go
immune
on for
system
like
is
30
holding
minutes
the
and
line
then-
against mouth rot.
What's
It is
called?
not dignified, but
Yeah, we gonna
survival
need to end.
rarely is.
'Cause I don't want
Number 2,
some kids
the
about to be running
midnight
in my room
snot
any second now.
cocktail. You probably think your nose takes a break when you close your eyes, but unfortunately, the mucus factory never shuts down. In fact, it ramps up. Your nasal passages are lined with millions of microscopic
many
hairs
hours?
called cilia. These
Oh,
little
after
guys
this
work like a
video-
synchronized rowing team, beating in waves to push mucus towards the back of your
How
throat.
many hours is Among
This
Us?
sticky slime is essentially
Like,
biological
when
flypaper
am I gonna
designed
play
to
it?
trap dust, pollen, and bacteria
I
before they
wanna
can
do-
infect your lungs. Here is the stomach-turning
Oh,
part.
Jinxie's
You
thing is
swallow
in
roughly
3
1 quart of
hours.
nasal mucus every
I
24
think I'm gonna
hours.
wait until
A huge
the
portion of
full
that
thing,
snot
like when they
cocktail
finish
is
and it's
consumed
on
while you
YouTube.
sleep.
I think I
Because
might
you
do
are
that.
horizontal, gravity helps the
I wonder
sludge
if he's
slide
gonna
down your
have
throat. A
the same
process
people
called
as last time with
postnasal
Senna,
drip. You
Agent,
don't even
Joe,
notice it. Your body treats your stomach
Ron,
like a waste incinerator,
Lacey.
dumping
Who
the
else did they
infected
have?
slime into
Steak.
acid to kill the germs. While
they
you
do
dream
this,
of
it's gonna be an
pizza,
entertaining
your body
video.
is force-feeding you a liter of your own filtered waste.
That's
It is
disgusting.
gross, but without it, you'd have a respiratory infection in days. Number 1, the eye trash compactor. Finally, let's talk
Oh,
about the
the
very
little
first thing
eye
you pick
boogers,
off your
that's what
face
I
in the
call
morning.
it.
That crunchy grit in the corner of
Let's
your
see
eye.
what this is now.
You might call it sleep sand, but scientists call it rheum, and it is essentially
Rheum.
eye garbage. During the day, you blink constantly to wash away dust exfoliated cells, and mucus. But when you sleep, the blinking stops. The cleaning crew goes on strike. Your body has to push all that debris to the tear ducts, where it accumulates and dries out because your body heat evaporates the liquid.
So
What
it's
you
all
are
just
picking
dirt,
out
really.
is a hardened cocktail
right
of
by your
blood
eyes.
cells,
Okay.
skin, oil, and bacteria. It is literally a waste brick. If this didn't happen, that grit would float around your cornea, scratching your eyes while they dart around during dreams. So, waking up crusty is actually a sign of a successful filtration process. You are basically a self-cleaning oven, and that grit is the ash. You survived another night of sweating, shedding, and leaking fluids
There you
just to
go,
stay
chat. That's gonna
alive.
cap out of that
It
video.
isn't pretty,
Look, if you
but
like
it
this
beats
YouTube
the
video,
alternative.
like, subscribe, do what you
Now,
gotta do.
go wash your face.
On
You
to
look
the
terrible.
next.
And while you're at it,